I'm Jeff Oots, Enterprise Program Manager here at Clozd. Today we're speaking with Spencer Hong from Alteryx. He's a Senior Product Strategist, and we're excited to hear about his experience with win-loss and how he's been utilizing it at Alteryx. Well, I guess to get started, just tell us about yourself and your role there at Alteryx.
Yeah, I'm a Senior Product Strategist, primarily focusing on competitive intelligence. Been at Alteryx for 3 years, and part of my role, I do win-loss analysis, and that's how the partnership with Clozd is.
Great. Yeah, tell us about the win-loss program at Alteryx, how you guys utilizing it, let's get into the details.
Yeah, so the partnership started before I joined Alteryx. We've been going on about 5 years now. It's really grown since over that 5 years, and especially the 3 years I've been part of the team. Primarily just the part of why the partnership goes so well is working with you month in and month out. You get to know our business a little bit more each month, and that really helps fine-tune the research that you help conduct for us.
Yeah. How have you seen the program evolve over that time? Obviously, you said 5 years is a long time to be doing a win-loss program. Yeah. I guess, how has it kind of evolved over those years?
Yeah, I mean, our product portfolio has significantly evolved over those 5 years, and due to that, the program for win-loss has evolved. I mean, as you know, our partnership is a little bit unique. We interview on a quarterly basis on pretty niche topics, and so those topics really help reinforce our product roadmap and our go-to-market initiatives.
Yeah, tell us more about that. How do you kind of target those different areas each quarter? How do you go against deciding which ones to go after or not go after? How has that process been kind of on your side?
I mean, with any successful technology investment, it does require buy-in from the top down. And so on a quarterly basis, we meet with our product as well as sales leadership to identify what areas of interest they want to better understand. So on some quarters, it might be more product enhancements. For example, what do customers love about our products, or maybe areas that we can improve. Sometimes it's better understanding our go-to-market strategies. If our customer success teams are increasing our renewal rates, how are they doing so? Or maybe it's looking at how we're attaining new logos. But it really depends on what our leadership and would like to focus on.
Got it. Is it every quarter you switch for sure? Is there some quarters you guys stay the same because you want to learn more? How do you guys go about that? Is there a certain cadence you kind of look for?
Yeah, that's a great question. What we try to implement is on the same quarter each year, we are focusing in on that same scope of research. So we don't really replicate the same scope after each quarter because we really want to get as much different types of information we can get from win-loss analysis. So Q1 of this year, we had a similar scope to Q1 of last year, but the Q1 to Q2 will vary drastically.
Got it. And obviously, because you're kind of repeating those scopes every year or so, I guess what have been some of the benefits you found by being able to switch the focus and the scopes on a kind of a regular basis?
Yeah, it actually helps us because we do it on a quarterly basis. We get 4 scopes each year, but then after each year follows, we can actually see trends across those 4 different scopes. So it really just allows us to cover multiple different areas of research versus just one area of research each year.
Got it. I know one big thing you kind of take care of kind of at Alteryx and look into is the competitive intelligence. I guess, can you tell me kind of what you kind of look for in regards to competitive intelligence from win-loss?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably 3 core pillars. Pricing information is what a lot of our account executives are always asking for in terms of our competitors, because some pricing is publicly available, but we all know discounting practices and other strategies can really drastically vary the pricing information that customers are given. Second is why do customers like our product over competitor X's product? And then third is more of those customer testimonials and references. If we can connect 2 customers together to better understand why they chose Alteryx in the first place. So it's pricing information, product differentiation, and then at the end of the day, like customer testimonials and quotes.
That's great. Obviously, you guys use a competitive intelligence tool like Crayon. I guess, tell me kind of how do you utilize the feedback from Clozd and Crayon together?
Yeah, I mean, up until probably 3 to 6 months ago when Crayon and Clozd came together and announced an integration. Before then, we would use the information gleaned from the Clozd win-loss reports and embed those into our battlecards housed on Crayon. Now with the new integration, we can have a more seamless and facilitated process to actually directly embed those insights from the Clozd win-loss reports into our battlecards so that our sellers have the most up-to-date and real-time information as possible. So just yesterday, we had an interview get published where we won a significant deal against a competitor, and there were several product differentiations that we were able to update the battle card in real time once that interview got published.
That's great.
Yeah.
I guess to make it up, have there been any areas where you guys have taken action or based on the insights that you've gotten from win-loss?
One insight that we recently gleaned was a specific player in our general market was employing a takeout campaign. And so we actually found that information out through a win-loss report, and then we were able to provide additional materials for sales on talk tracks to navigate that takeout campaign that player was employing. And so we actually wouldn't have found out about that takeout campaign probably until way later in the game when we would have had more impact to our business, but we were able to get to it earlier on.
Great. Now that you've been doing win-loss for a while, I guess kind of what are some suggestions or kind of recommendations you would have for somebody that was kind of just starting off on a win-loss program?
Yeah, probably 2 points. First is, as I mentioned, that buy-in from your leadership, because the distribution of the insights are only going to go as far as your loudest speaker or champion. And then second is to start small. When we first started with our Clozd partnership 5 years ago, we had one scope, because at the time we had one product. So focus in on 2-3 areas that you really want to answer, and then as you get information that answers those questions, then you can kind of snowball. But start small, but also have that top level buy-in.
Got it. Great. Well, kind of just to wrap this up, is there anything else that you want to share kind of about win-loss and how it's kind of impacted yourself and your career?
Yeah, I mean, information is key, especially in the data and analytics space, and the information that we get from the Clozd partnership is something that we couldn't buy off the street. I mean, analyst firms can't provide that information of why customers love our products versus the market. So we really value the Clozd partnership, and we can't wait to see what progresses in the coming future.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time, Spencer. It's been great chatting with you and hearing about your experience with win-loss.
Yeah, it's been great chatting with you, Jeff.
Thanks.